What's going on, guys? New early previews have dropped from the official website for Bleach TYBW. This is for episode 30 or episode 4 for Cour 3, and this staff list looks the most promising among all the episodes for this part 3 or season 3. Seemingly it looks like a lot of animators from Black Clover and Boruto. Black Clover is a good sign. In my opinion, they have some of the best shonen fights there is. When it comes to action set pieces and like fight choreography, they are definitely peak. They are top tier when it comes to those departments. I don't know if it's the best animators from Black Clover, but I know these guys animate some of the better episodes of the whole series. So let's dive into this, shall we? Alright, Synopsis involved Jusho Ukitake having unleashed the power of Mimihage, the right hand of the Soul King residing within his body, becomes Mimihage itself, kind of like becoming Getsuga itself. In doing so, he takes the place of Soul King to stop the world from collapsing. However, Yuha, intending to destroy Soul King along with Mimihage, unleashes an attack. Yo, I feel like this is spoiling a lot. As Ichigo and his group try to stop Yuha, they are met with an unexpected attack. An arrow fired by Uryu. This is just straight up revealing. I mean, to be honest, it's not spoilery because we kind of predicted this. This is in trailer. This is also the end of the poem, Ichigo and Uryu, and the title is called The Betrayal. Ichigo, confused by Uryu's action, confronts him to ask about his true intentions, but Uryu responds with hollow words and hostility. Yeesh. So this is very similar to their first exchange back in the Soul Society before, Yuha went to the Soul Palace. Ichigo was gonna run up and fight Yuha, but then Uryu stops him, saying, "You're not strong enough. His Majesty or Yuha is too broken for you. Do not even attempt to fight him." So it looks like there's similar vibe and tone to that little scenario, little interaction they had back then. But this time they're going to be a full-on fight. We're going to be seeing arrows and swords everywhere, so I can't wait. Looks like from this trailer as well, it looks like Uryu sets a lot of traps because that's his kind of, thing. That's what he loves to do in a lot of his fights. Like right here, wait for there. That looks like he set up bombs on the floor. My only concern is please let both fighters, so Ichigo and Uryu, be somewhat balanced. Do not let it be so one-sided. I don't want Ichigo to get one shot quite easy like Senjumaru did. I know Shift A Antithesis is super broken, super OP. He has a lot of hacks now, Uryu. I kind of fear that Ichigo's going to lose a lot in this fight or struggle a lot. I don't mind him struggling, but don't let him lose. If it's a draw, if it goes to like a standstill, I prefer that. Or the fight gets prematurely interrupted. From the early images, we see Ichigo looking fierce, and we also see the shot with Ichigo with the sword being centered. This must be against Uryu again. Same with this is Uryu finding arrows. This is a clean shot as well. He's done this move before with the palms being together. I forgot when he did it. I'm sure he did this move against Senjumaru as well. But again, you can tell it's Soul Palace because of blue sky. No red highlights. I actually prefer when there's no red highlights on characters. And this one is a close-up of them two. It looks like Ichigo's grabbing his basic uniform, his Quincy's uniform. Because Ichigo's probably again pissed, like, what are you doing? Why are you betraying? But Uryu's not having none of that. This is likely the start of the fights because there's no scratches, no injuries from both of them. And to take note as well, there's no Quincy blue vein, so he's not getting controlled in this scene. Then we got Yuha, he's looking menacing. He is eyeing the Soul King. Guy's dwarfing the Soul King right here. And again, according to Synopsis, he does something to the Soul King and Mimihage, so this is just the scene prior to that, I'm guessing. But the red eyes, the shadows are sick. This definitely looks symbolic, like, he's showing authority, like he's stronger than the Soul King. But it's cool, you can see a bit of Mimihage here, same effect as well. So there's not much to go off with his previews, but the animation looks very consistent, and that's what matters. Like character design and just like the movement, like obviously it's a still frame, but this is a good indication of what's to come basically. There's also this shot as well. Chad looks a bit goofy here, but besides that looks fine. And according to some leaks, these guys are going to fight or have some sort of involvement within this episode. They're not going to fight Yuha per se, but from the leaks it looks like they're going to have a bit of exchanges or interaction with some of the royal guards, which is funny because these guys are not going to have any chances. If Squad Zero couldn't do anything to the royal guards, there's no hopes for Ganju, Chad or Orihime. Bro, I can't take her stance. What is this? She is not about to throw hands. So the staff list involves screenplay Masaki Hiromatsu. I recognize that name. I'm sure he was a screenplay for a couple of episodes before. Storyboard Yoichi Fujita. Direction Itoko Nagai. And Itoko Nagai, a lot of people praise this person, so I have high hopes for him. I'll see what he's done in the past. Animation director Mika Okubo, Natsuko Suzuki, Seiki Huang, Cindy H, Yamochi Megami Wakayama, and chief animation director Sei Komatsubara. I'm gonna butcher a lot of these names. I don't think I'll pronounce a lot of these, I'll just show it. because I will butcher it. But Cindy H, I'm sure I've seen her a couple of times. She's animated a lot of episodes in Bleach, a lot of the best ones as well. So these shots were in the trailer. We haven't seen this before. We can tell this is probably or likely going to be Ichigo versus Uryu. And look how good it looks. Like the flowed animation, it looks very consistent. That's what I love. Like the detailing. And it looks like there's more frames in the motion. Also among those animes, apparently Shangzi Huang. Is that how you pronounce it? There's a lot of noise regarding this individual, this animator. So again, this looks like this episode is going to have a lot of very good animes, experienced animes for fights anyways. For Itoko Nagai, apparently he directed Rages Out Ringside, which actually animates amazingly well, especially with Mastering when he gets up. And you get those impact frames. Hopefully we get some impact frames in this fight and this episode. But I remember Mastering getting up and you have James saying go superstar and he goes crazy and just one-shots Kensei. That was animated very smoothly. So if that's the same anime, then that's a very good sign. Yoichi Fujita is a storyboard. Apparently he's done episode 24. So Fujita, he was involved or she was involved in this episode, the storyboard. And this was very well directed. So he's the one that did the flashback between Yuha and Ichibei. He also did the Squad Zero introduction of some of their fights, like the very start of it. He also did a Quincy War Guards introductions. This was a sick episode as well. I remember this one. This is when Cour 2 or Season 2 started to peak for me. So again, I think this guy's experience is very good for a storyboard. This is said to be the full list of key animators in this episode as well. I'm not going to name them all, but there's a lot of talent in this episode. So Mitchell Gonzalez in this, I don't know much about this particular animator, but he animated this particular fights. And I remember this scene was one of the better fights or choreography in that Season 2 for me. Look at the motion, the movement, all one shot as well, not a lot of cuts. Look at that, they were boxing, so Uryu versus Ichigo might be crazy. I wouldn't be shocked or surprised if it's going to be better than Ichigo versus Yuha round 2. This scene was so good from Season 2. It's such an underrated scene. A lot of people don't mention it. Shout out to Ruth Bar. This accounts he finds like animes and what they've done in the past. I don't want to show too much because of copyright issues. I know this will get flagged easily. So this one animes, I think it's Tatsuya. So there's a lot of motion and movement. There's no way he animated some of the Madara scenes. This is regarded as one of the best animation in Naruto Shippuden. Jeez. This is crazy art style. I don't remember this. We're going to see some insane crash out. Yeah, a lot of these animes, they do like one shots as well, not a lot of cuts. So there's going to be a lot of, again, smooth motion in this. And the key thing is this consistent, nothing looks off. And this is Nakari. I don't know where this show is from. But he has a lot of good shots. This is from Windbreak, isn't it? I watched the first episode. He did the first episode. It looks like it. First episode had sick animation. Then we got Black Clover again. Like I said, they animated some of the best shonen fights. This fight was sick. This was gas. Wait, is this the Wizard King fight? No way. He did a Wizard King fight. This is like top 2 fights in the whole show. Yo, there's no way this is the same animator. I mean, obviously he didn't animate the whole fight, he animated parts of the fight, but even still, this fight was goated. This is the top 2 fights. I was gonna say the 2 fights or animators from particular fights I want from Black Clover into Bleach is this fight and the Asayuno versus that one elf, I forgot his name. Or this elf basically. When Asayuno did a tag team, yo, get Asayuno animators for the final fight of the thousandyearbloodwar because there's a lot of tag team choreography going on. This is Yusuke Adachi, is it? Yeah, Yusuke Adachi. Don't know what anime is this from, but it looks like a lot of good impacts and effects going on. So he'd be perfect for Uryu vs Ichigo. And you got, oh no way, Fire Force anime as well. Okay, this staff list is very experienced. Again, he also worked another Fire Force episode. And another shot from Fire Force. Okay, so we got anime from Boruto, Black Clover, and Fire Force. Interesting. This is looking very promising. Yo, this shot is sick. Who's this by? Tilfining. Worked on Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki 2. Yo, look at that movement. The 360. I don't want to get too gassed again because Yuha vs Ichigo was sick round 2, but it wasn't as good as what people hyped up to be. So I don't want to hype this up either. So again, temper your expectations because it might not look incredible, but it looks like the best anime staff list we have in this core up to now. Probably for a while. I don't think we have this crazy staff list since Yamamoto versus Yuha. Another Black Clover scene. This is again versus the Wizard King. Yes. Yo, there's no way we're getting this guy. I've been saying we need the Black Clover guys on board. If I'm not mistaken, some of these guys did a Chainsaw Man anime fight scenes as well. Some of the choreography in that series. This might be insane. This fight was so good. They're good in making like big scale fights as well. That's what matters. Which is very paramount for Ichigo versus Uryu. I know I need to lower my expectation, but this looks crazy. I don't think it will be this level. Hopefully I'm proven wrong. Look at it. What the heck? Yo, these guys did the freaking aerial fights. Because Black Clover loves to do aerial fights where the characters randomly start flying and start fighting in the sky. That is cold. Then we got Dorian. He did a Zoro vs King fight. Oh no. Bro, he did one of the hardest Luffy shots of all time. Everyone loves to reference this when it comes to Luffy in general. This is one of the best animated episodes in the entirety of One Piece as well. He's working on Bleach. I'll take it. Look at that. Damn. JJK. Oh, yo, this fight seems cool. This is an underrated one. Very short, but I like the dynamics between Itadori and Megumi. Yo, okay. This is definitely a better staff list than episode 2 with Ichigo vs Yuha round 2. Todo and Itadori when he comes in with the slow-mo. Okay. Best of Friendo, and then we're back to Black Clover. Mitchell Gonzalez is one we've seen just before. So again, this guy did Black Clover fights. What the heck? These are the peak Black Clover episodes. Damn, the effects. The facial expressions, see that? Look at the facial expression. Wow, this is gonna be sick. Oh, he did this fight. And I watched Boruto, but I do recognize this fight. Okay, a lot of speed, a lot of movement. Nobody can follow them. This is probably how Ichigo vs Uryu is gonna be like. It's gonna be so fast. Or Rihime, Chad, Ganju ain't gonna be track what they're doing. Oh, it is Sanji. It is a Sanji fight. Oh, the little scuffle he had. Oh, I remember this. This is like basically midway 1-0 when he first got the suit. And again, we've seen this before, but this fight was so well directed. Yo, I can't wait. That was one of the better sequences in Cour 2. When it comes to animation, we're gonna have basically 10 minutes of this, hopefully. Yuki Sato, Fire Force animator. Again, looking sick. More Fire Force, and these guys are actually fighting here. Yo, it's literally some of the best Fire Force animes as well as Black Clover. So we got the best of Black Clover and Fire Force. Takaya Tsunagawa. This fight was so dope. I remember this is when Black Clover started to peak. Before this, the animation wasn't all that, but this is when they started to switch up hard. This fight was cold. Are we gonna get scenes like this as well? Doubt it. Again, do not get too gassed. I don't think it'll look this good. See, even according to Ruth, we got really good stuff today. I suggest having some high expectations. Don't have expectations at all. Just go in there like you expect any other Bleach episode. But according to him, these shots that I've just shown you are actually like animated solely by these key animators. So if that's the case, that's a good sign. There's no help. It's actually just them. And we have those guys on board. Who is Jiao Zhang? Is that how you pronounce it? So we have a Chinese animator on board. I swear Chinese animators, they are cracks when it comes to animating at times. There's no way. How do you have such a good list of animes in this episode? I guess Ichigo vs Uryu was like, I thought they would put like these animes for Ichigo vs Yuha. Is Ichigo vs Uryu really gonna go this bonkers? I don't know. I thought it might be a bit more tame because at the end of the day, they're still friends. Or they're gonna try to hold back. But maybe they're not holding back. Okay, a lot of cool shots. So this person also works in Boruto. Don't know what anime this is from. But did you see that impact frames? Another impact frame. But that's one thing that's lacking in the thousandyearbloodwar anime is not much impact frames. Which could be a good thing or bad thing depending on yourself really. Sora Ishitsuka. Who is this? So this person did solo leveling. Interesting. Are these all key animes? All of them are made for fights. We have too much on this episode, what the heck? So that was Yijin. Crazy talent. Oh no, this episode's gonna be crazy. This is gonna be a ridiculous episode, I can feel it. Shout out to Faye and Rebirth, he's a goated Bleach YouTuber. Where he did like a compilation of all animes. But look, again, these animes look insane. There's a lot of talent on board compared to prior episodes. Key animes, directed what you call it. But for sure, for certain, next episode is gonna be a lot of crazy action-packed fights, or the staff are made for fights and good choreography. So there's a lot of good hope for this episode. Alright, now we're gonna go through some proper spoilers. So if you want to avoid this, I'll say get off now. But these are apparently leaks, so this is maybe confirmed. Even myself, I'm not going to go too much into this because I don't want to get too spoiled. This episode is rumored to have 12 minutes of new scenes from that's not in the manga. So probably 12 minutes of just Ichigo versus Uryu, because that didn't happen in the manga at all. Can we just like appreciate how sick this adaptation has been, especially for this season, this arc, or this core? Every episode up to now, so there's been 3 episodes, this is going to be the 4th. Every episode, half of the episodes been entirely new content, not from the manga, which is crazy. 10 minutes of every episode up to now has been entirely exclusive new content that's only in anime. All new content is not like filler, not needed, they're all essential. So essential and so crucial. I'm shocked it's not in the manga. It feels like a different experience from the manga at this point. So Bleach episode 31 is titled Against the Judgments, and episode 32 is titled Holy Newborn. How did you get the title name for episode 32? I get 31, but how did you get the episode after that? That's crazy. Again, this is all rumors, leaks. It could be correct, could be wrong. Just have to wait and see. Uryu's Vol standing in this episode. I mean, he's gonna have to. There's no way Uryu's gonna compete without Shift A and Vol standing. That's the only way he beat Senjima in the first place. This is what's interesting. We see a fight of Shutseville, or the Warrior Gods, Quincy Warrior Gods, versus a gang, as in Ganju, Chad, Orihime. Does that involve Yurichi as well? We're so cooked, bro. These guys are cooked. How are they gonna fight? They ain't fighting. There's no way. They're probably gonna exchange words and maybe do one attack and that's it. Because a lot of the fights, I'm guessing, is gonna be Uryu versus Ichigo at the end of the day. Plus, if these guys fight, they're dying. They're not living for the next day. There's no way. Maybe Yurichi will have a chance. That I'll look forward to. But if we get Chad fight, I'm down for it. Just give more screen time to him. Guy got sick ass drip for what? I mean, we see him try to punch Yuha, so at least he has some confidence in trying to fight. He doesn't care who he fights, God, whoever it may be, he'll still throw a punch. Orihime looks freaking fierce though. Ganji, what's he gonna do? Do another smoke screen? Ishida puts a hole in Ichigo's chest. Nah, I don't believe that. There's no way. Why is there a trend with Ichigo and donuts, man? Episode 31, we'll see Hado 90. End of episode 30 is Aizen poem. And this is from the first trailer, the first ever trailer for Cour 3. This is a while ago now that I think about it. Can't wait for this scene. I think there's more leaks, but I'll keep it at that. I don't want to get too spoiled myself. So again, very promising episode. It has a lot of potential to be crazy. Probably one of the best episodes in the thousandyearbloodwar, depending how much involvement these key animes have. Well, with this amount of good animated stuff, one of the best we ever had since Yamo versus Yuha. I think we're in for a treat. So I can't wait.